Jordan Peele has another movie coming out called Him, which is supposed to be a psychological horror. And it follows a young football player who's taken under the wing of a legendary quarterback, funny enough, played by Marlon Wayans. And that's set to soon come out. You know, Jordan Peele, the mixed breed pro black married to a white woman, he really knows how to play on, the Negro narratives. I mean, he did it with the Us movie and helped concoct the term tether, which pro-black Negroes like Tariq Nasheed likes to use nowadays. The sunken plays, that was the terminology that the pro-blackity wax used. And now he has Him. And I think Him is like one of these expressions that obnoxious Negroes and people who embrace that sort of a Negro culture, he's him or I'm him. And so, right away, just with the title alone, he's playing to that narrative. And then he has this movie based on a young football player and, sort of going into the narratives people, Negroes in particularly on social media have discussed, the whole sacrifice and all of that. Funny enough, this guy playing this young football player, he looks like Colin Kaepernick, a mixed breed like Colin Kaepernick and Jordan Peele are. And, and the funny thing about it, despite the frequent discussion about the sacrifices and the ritualistic practices that these Negroes pretend that they acknowledge and recognize and have an issue with, despite all those conversations, still the biggest consumers, especially when you're talking about conversation and time spent focusing on celebridom, especially through the sports world, Negroes have to be the biggest consumers as far as time consumption. Now, the biggest financial consumers are still so-called white people, supporting a bunch of Negro athletes that openly hates them. But as far as like all the talk about them, and the idol worship, Negroes indulge in it the most, despite being woke about how they all go through these ritualistic practices. I mean, again, you would imagine if a people truly believed in all of this that they believe in, that all these people sacrifice and engage in ritualistic practices, that they wouldn't support NFL stars, NBA stars, rap stars, and the reality TV stars and social media stars that have sort of joined the stardom. But the fact of the matter is they still do. Despite being so-called woke about the industry and all the ritualistic practices, they're still enthusiastic idol worshipers, aka fans of these people. And Jordan Peele is just exploiting that for another one of his more than likely crappy movies. I mean, because most of his movies, especially since Get Out, have pretty much been trash. And it kind of reminds me of that other dude that goes around suing corporations and playing the pro-black card, Byron Island, and he's made himself a very rich man by doing that. Jordan Peele reminds me of him because both of them pander to Negro's woke narrative while being both fully divested or swirlers, meaning married to white women, and of course living in white neighborhoods. It's almost like they've figured out how to play these low IQ Negroes as they in their narratives as they enjoy their real lives not being around these same Negroes. Both in living space and family. But anyway, I won't even be bother watching him for free online.